Okay, so what we're going to do today is we are going to look at making a model in Blender and then attaching the texture files to it and exporting it into an FBX format. Now, I'm not going to make you sit through the whole Blender thing. Honestly, I'm pretty horrible in Blender. It is not my forte. I learned 3D stuff in different software, 3D Studio Max, etc. years ago. Haven't really come back to it and done much with it. There's been so many freely available assets out there that, or even paid for assets, that I haven't had to learn or develop my skills at all. Just recently I've been learning Blender specifically for using in GameGuru Max. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go to the title. When we come back, I'm going to have a model loaded up, and then I'm just going to do a little bit in there just to show you a little bit of tweaking of the files and things and how to actually tile your mesh, because that's important and it's not that easy to figure out how to do on your own. So I'll quickly give you an overview of how to set up your textures, how to tile them, and this is assuming that you've already created your object and done the Boolean and stuff. Look it up. There's lots and lots and lots of good creators on YouTube and just internet pages telling you how to do stuff step by step for Blender. I'm not going to show you how to do that in this video. Might do some later on as I get more accustomed to it and more proficient in it. But I am a horrible Blender model builder right now, so I'm not going to make you suffer through that. We're going to go to the titles, and when we come back, we'll get into it. Okay, so what we're going to do here now is I've opened up Blender and I have in front of me a model that I've built, just a really quick model of a portal. I kind of went with kind of a green hue, but I've already assigned to the torus, I've assigned a kind of a technology circuitry sort of pattern thing, and to these two, the cylinder and the block that's going to be lined up into the ground pattern or onto the mesh. I've assigned kind of a green stoneworks pattern to it, but I want to assign the same tech pattern to the other cylinder here. So what I've done is I've got it selected. Now I'm going to go down to materials. Over here, I'm going to create a new material. So this new material, I am going to call it Techno 2. Now I don't know that I have to create a new material for this, but I'm going to anyways, just so in case the scaling changes if I alter the material on an object. I don't think it does, but this is just to be on the safe side. It doesn't hurt to have a third material associated to it. It's just going to reference the same files anyway. So I've got that. I'm going to come over down here now, over on the right to the base color. I'm going to select the little yellow dot. Beside it, you can actually change the color, but the little yellow dot, I'm going to come over here, if I can catch it before it disappears, and I'm going to go to image texture. That's going to open a box for me, and that box is going to let me open, and I'm going to go here to my documents folder, GameGuru app, GameGuru Max, files, and I've created an FBX folder here. So in there, I am keeping my different FBX models, and I'll be exporting this model to there as well. As you can see, I've created a folder called Portal 1. And in here, I have those two textures. So this is going to be ship corridor. And you always want to pick the albedo for the color. The rest of the files you'll assign later if you need to, if they don't automatically transfer over in GameGuru. GameGuru Max. So I've selected that. I'm going to hit open. It's now assigned that texture to it, but I'm not sure that I like how that texture looks. So what I can do now is I can come up here to the shading. That's going to open up my 3D viewer and my texture window here. Now I'm going to change this to preview the ship controller so you can see what it is. There's like red copper line, some metal, and then some green background on it. Now what I can do here is I can rotate my view and zoom in, and you can see how that pattern is big. What you need to do is you've got to come over here, choose your UV editor, and once you've got your UV editor open, you hit the A button to select everything. Oh, sorry. First, you have to go from object mode to edit mode. That gets me every time. So then you come over here and hover, select A to select everything. Then you hit S to change the scale. And now you just drag your mouse cursor up. Now it seems you're scaling up these tiling sections and it seems anti-instinctual. And it seems like you'd want to go the other way. But by making those smaller, you're making your texture bigger. So by making those bigger, you're making your texture smaller. So I'm going to zoom this right up to here. That looks pretty good. And that's what I want. Then I can hit S again, or click, and I'm done. I have that assigned where I want it. That's excellent. Rotate it out. I'm looking pretty good. I'm going to take this one. I'm going to go back out into object mode. And there we have it. So I have a pretty decent looking portal. It's not great. You can add some light to it, some ambient glow and stuff. Can do all that, but I'm going to go back out here into layout. I'm out of that area now. And what I can do is I can select that pad, cylinder 1, control, select the torus. I have both of those selected now. Oh wait, I think I can only do it one at a time. So I'll go onto the torus first. And I'm going to come back down here, all the way down, and here's emission. And I can change this emission to be a bit of a green color. And then the emission strength is a slider, and I can just slide it up. And then in theory, I should get some glow, good glow going on there. Render that out. Let's change that emission strength again. We'll go there with it. That'll get put a little bit of glow in. I'm not sure how that's going to actually render out. Haven't done a whole lot with it, but it makes it glow pretty nice. I got a little bit of alien glow going on. I'm going to select cylinder 1. Emission is going to be the same thing. Bring this up here. Give us some green glow. We got a bunch of glow going on there. We're going to bring that strength down. Pretty good. Not getting a whole lot out of there, but let's go to here. Go to here. Not getting a lot of glow out of the pad, but we'll see how that looks when we export it. It's something I haven't really played around with. I was just doing it now because I could. So we've got our file pretty much made. It's how we want to work. I did Boolean these together earlier, but I am having a heck of a time making my Booleans work. Works a lot better in 3D Studio Max, but I'm trying to use Blender here as it's a new tool, it's a free tool, and my 3D Studio Max is a very old version. So best to get with the times and use the new tools. So this will work good enough as a portal now. So what I'm going to do, File, Export, and we're going to choose an FBX format, and we're going to choose to put that GameGuru Apps, GameGuru Max, Files, FBX, Portal 1. So we're going to put it here where we've got all those texture files. Export FBX. I'm also going to save my Max file here. And then I'll close, open GameGuru Max, edit my demo, go into here. Alright, so I was working on flushing out the territory and stuff, so I've got a dock here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to rotate. I'm going to go Object, I'm going to add an object. I'm going to import my own file. I'm going to go into Documents, GameGuru Apps, GameGuru Max, Files, then into my FBX folder that I created earlier, into Portal 1, and I'm going to grab Portal 1 right there. Sorry, didn't see it for a second. Import that FBX. There, now we've got this imported. It's need to change its orientation. We're going to call it Portal 1. It's about the right size. That's about what I want it to be. So we're going to go leave the scale alone. We're going to rotate it up. Just set that manually to 90 degrees. Perfect. We're not going to offset it anywhere. We are going to find the floor though. And this glow, I think, is the occlusion glowing zone here. I'm not sure. I haven't seen that on this yet. But we're going to leave it at that. I believe it's tall enough for my character. I'm just using my fingers to measure. You know, I could scale that in-game, but I think I'm just going to scale it up 1 here on the... I think there. We're going to go with that. Then we're going to import the object. There it is. We'll leave it as a blue. Well, actually, I'll change the blue backdrop, and we're going to make that like a red one because we've got a portal behind it. Perfect. Leave that there. Rotate it. Oh, a bit of the disc came. Thought I had that cut off. Well, we'll see what we get. Add to object library. And now we're going to bring that in here. And need to just center above it here. Perfect, okay. I'm just going to drag it over here. And I need to move it up. Wait, I'm just going to rotate it first. A little bit of should do. Center it off of that. Then we're going to rotate it. I'm going to fly down to the water here. Just orient myself a little better. Then we're going to bring that up. There we go, out of the water. Okay. Take a look at it from the front here. Okay, now we're going to go side to side. Bring it forward. Should be pretty good. All right, I can change the positioning now. Now we're going to go down here to General. And it is static, part of the environment, and, which is good. That's what we wanted. Collision shape, though, we need to change that. And we want to change that to hull decomposition. All right. Now we're going to save this level. We're going to test the level. And we should be able to, might have it a bit high here to get in there. Nope, there we go. So we can go right through this portal. What I'm not seeing though is I don't like that occlusion mapping. It's just glowing white. So I'm probably going to nuke this out and bring it back in again and fix it up. However, we've got this old, we now have this old technology grid. That we can fix the textures on. So we'll escape out of there. Materials, we're going to fix these. Albedo, we're going to go to okay, we got the albedo working, perfect. The normal, where is the normal? Where is my no? There it is. Normal. Surface roughness. Roughness, there we go. And then emissive. I think we're going to use that for the emissive. probably did that wrong. However, you can see now the technology is embedded in that. It's not exactly as I designed it in Blender. I'm going to have to probably play around a little more with that. However, you've now seen me bring in a PBX file along with the textures from a Blender file. So we're just going to hit play again really quick. Go see how that looks. That looks pretty good. I've got the old ancient technology embedded in the stonework. It looks really good. I thought I was going to have the technology on that second pad too, but I must have set something up wrong with the Boolean. So I don't care. That looks fine. I can use this. This will work good as a portal here, and then I'll do the same thing way over there on the mainland somewhere, and then have a teleport in between. So that's where we're at. And this is what I wanted to show you today, so we will leave it at that, and I'll catch you in the next one.